Hi everyone, this is Cristiana Eltrayan, live again for the Pranic process online. It's very beautiful to be with you again. You've been with us for 5 days already, those of you who are in the program. And those of you who are new to this, it's a 8 days program where we meet every day and discuss aspects of pranic lifestyle, how to get into a higher state of consciousness, into a more beautiful and sustained vibration, but also how to be lighter at the emotional and mental level. So this is what we approach tonight. And we invite you to be with us for this new meeting. The ones who are watching on Facebook, we're going to be live for about 20 minutes, and then we're going to be with our participants that have already subscribed to the whole process. So it's not a free training, one of the things that I have to say, but we're offering an introduction each evening so that people can tune into it and understand what it is and to receive some information that we feel to channel for them. But if you want to watch or participate, the whole training, just be with us and go into the description of this video, click on the link over there and learn how to subscribe to the whole training and be with us for 8 days. It's a daily beautiful meditation that we're using to enhance the pranic intake, cleanse our bodies, but also be in a higher state of consciousness as well, and to enhance our level of emotional and mental efficiency, and cleanse and energize our auric field. So every day we're doing this, and also um, we're having direct conversations with the participants on what the difficulties they're facing, but also how they're using their day-to-day practice to overcome what's coming up. And we're doing a physical detox with juices that are detoxing their bodies, and that's helping everyone stay on track and have a beautiful experience in their of being in their body after this Easter, especially after this Easter time, where they had maybe a bit too much of food intake, or where they just want to go lighter and be um, just happy to not consume so much food and help their bodies enhance the immune system, enhance the capacities of healing, which is very much needed at this time, and enhance the general tonus as well. We do this process each spring because it's necessary in the evolution and in the enhancement of the body. And as we're going more and more into the crystalline structure of the human body, we're having more and more the necessity of being lighter, of being in a more harmonious state. But especially this spring, we felt guided to do this pranic process online because it's been a really challenging time at the immunity level for many people. And this really offers solutions for a better health and a better tonus. And we've had people in the process last time, 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, that have even healed from the virus that humanity is facing now, and have had a thriving time with overcoming all the obstacles of it in just 4 or 5 days, which has been much quicker and much more efficient than what is predicted normally. And yeah, there's wonderful results. I've been presenting this for more than 7 years now, and the experience gained with the people that I worked with has made me truly trust that this process is a good solution for evolution. That's why, especially now, we're starting it again. The theme of tonight, as I've just finished a beautiful workshop with a dear friend of mine at the Pranic Festival online, because we're also having a festival that is free to watch in live streaming. The theme of tonight is how to bring, sorry, something just fell, how to bring a higher vibration with enjoyment, with searching for your joy. So we've talked about practices the other evenings. Each evening we've talked about a practice or emotional detox. Also, last night we've worked about some important emotional aspects that people are facing these days and that uh, they're having difficulty with, and so on. Tonight we're going beyond the emotional detox into the emotional excitement, the emotional aliveness, the emotional thriving, which is a crucial step, I believe, in a pranic journey. For those of you who don't know what a pranic journey is, in this process, many people are interested in going into a lighter diet, and most are interested in going into a higher state of consciousness. And the true thing that we're sharing in this process is how to go into a higher state of consciousness, because diet is just a small aspect of what we are. And yes, it impacts a lot of things in our being, but as I'm always saying, the ability of being nourished by prana is yet another city or yet another superpower, and it's not necessarily what we want to focus on long term, because if that becomes the only focus, then the bigger picture is being missed and it's being overlooked, so, or not observed. And the bigger picture is how you can have a daily practice or a daily attitude, better than ever, to be in that state of compassion, kindness, and communion that keeps you in balance, whatever happens in your life, whatever happens around you, whatever happens in the world, and so on. So being in that state of awareness is what we focus on. And diet is a byproduct, because eventually, if you're in balance, eventually, if you're in a lighter state of consciousness, in a state of connection to source and to your high spirit, then naturally you feel less hungry. Naturally, you feel nourished at a deeper level. That's the true pranic state that I was talking about the other days as well. That's the pranic state where you are naturally, organically nourished by a source that is overflowing, ever present, that's never gonna let you be hungry again, and that's nourishing you at all levels. So not only the physical level, but the emotional and mental levels as well. And that's where we are going to with this process. That's what we're aiming to. And not long ago, I've recorded a meditation that is called the Pranic meditation. I'm going to try to post a link here in the comments and also on YouTube as well. The Pranic meditation is a daily practice. It's a daily guided exercise or a daily guided meditation that is helping us intake more energy or open up to receive more energy, more prana. And it's a channeled exercise. It's what I've received to share with people and how I do it, but how I also receive to share for others to be able to practice it. And at the end, there's a small speech or of just a few words. And the main thing that we end with is the question of what brings you joy. And we share there, and we share now, that the pranic journey truly is not about how much food you put in your plate and how many days you've been able to be without food or be fasting or be dry fasting or all the things that people discuss about in the pranic groups. that's not the main focus. If that thing is making you grumpy or starving or dissatisfied in any way, shape, or form, that's not a pranic journey. A pranic journey is a journey where you're in joy and you're enjoying, you're enjoying and you're enjoying. And if you're not enjoying, ask yourself why, and ask yourself what brings you joy and go for it. And maybe when you ask yourself what brings you joy, try to not go to something you know, yes, a relationship could help. Yes, lovemaking could help. Yes, this and that could help. But try to look deeper and beyond that and see what truly brings you joy at a deeper level. But also with the small things, it's good to have an insight about what brings you joy in the physical world and go for it. If something brings you joy and makes you move into a state of, into a lighter state, just go for it and enjoy it. And enjoy it for as long as it takes, because that's what you came here for. So I'm going to take a moment to place a link here just to be able to fully focus on you after this. And I'm going to tell you more about it. So I'm placing in the comments the link to join the full process of 8 days so that you can be with us and enjoy the meditations and go deeper. And thank you, Wade, for your comments. Yes, I am strong, serene, and beautiful as ever. Thank you very much. And I'm developing the skill of being modest, but I'm not there yet. Thank you for being here. Pranic process online. Okay, so hi, Nicoletta. Hi, your notes. And Heather. Heather, you're also on YouTube, I believe. And Gabriela and Felipe. Everyone is here. Very happy to see you all. What brings you joy, guys? Let me see in the comments, wherever you are. If you're on YouTube, text us there. If you're on Facebook, just let us know what brings you joy. What brings you a state of elation? What makes your heart sing, in other words? If you're wondering what joy is that thing, that makes your heart sing. So what makes your heart sing these days, or during your life? What did you notice to be making your heart sing? Okay, let's make a game of manifestation now and write all the words that are joy for you. Can we do that for a few moments? It's going to create just a very beautiful vibration for us all. I'm looking forward to hear from you. What brings you joy? Love. Well, love is joy. Love, love, love. What else? Let me know, guys. Wade, what brings you joy? Gabriela, what brings you joy? When's the last time you felt joyful? Let's focus on that. And how did it feel? And what was the cause of it? Was it something external, or was it something that was coming from inside and overflowing from inside with no reason? Is that possible to some of you, that you just have this feeling with no reason, the feeling of joy? Let me know. To give. Oh, that's a good exercise. I'm ready to receive. Somebody says, playing music, being in the green, the forest, listening to fine artists play music. The babies, oh yeah. So the babies, for me, to silence, being with the loved ones. Wow, so many beautiful things. Let's see, the topic is what brings you joy. What brings you joy, guys? What makes your heart sing? I was going to say that the kids for me, the children, being around children and being around pets also, or animals in general, due to their purity mainly, due to their open heartedness, due to their everlasting innocence, is really, really putting me instantly in a state of joy and elation, even to just watch in their eyes the infinite connection to divinity that they haven't lost yet, that is typical to children and to some to the pets and the beasts, is just something that impresses me so much. And it's very comfortable for me to be around them. It's so uplifting. So thank you for bringing that up. What else brings you joy? Let me know. Who else is learning? So Elizabeth, thank you for being here again. I've just seen you before with David in the Pranic Festival, and I'm placing the music. The music. I was reading a comment. I'm placing the link here in the comments for those who are just passing through the YouTube recording at the moment, and you could join the whole process if you're ready to be with us for 8 days and meditate with us a little bit later, because the video that is now live is not going to be live till the end. So just to know, you have the comments area and you have the link there for everyone. Times are so full, preparing us with cosmic renewed creativity, music, art, family, growth, self-love, values to one another. Oh yeah, honoring one another. When you honor someone to the depth of what he is, and really also being honored, is so beautiful as well. And it really brings me joy to see when people honor each other, when they're truly in tune with the divine nature of the other, and seeing God in all and good in all. That's really something that is good to practice and good to notice as well for me. What else? What else? Bring me some more. This is actually an exercise of manifestation. And you know what? Because it's it's uh, it's been the Earth Day today, and it's been so starting 21st of April, we've been doing meditations for the Earth Day, and we've been celebrating the Earth Day. And what happened was that we created this vortex, this energy upliftment, this energy peak, where there was a lot of support for planetary evolution created by all the elders. So for me, it was like this. Last night, I went to rest my body at about 12 a.m. and I woke up at 4 a.m. because they were already, all the elders have gathered to be doing the meditation, the earth meditation. And I was feeling them, even though my phone wasn't connected to the internet. And I started to meditate, and I meditated for three or 4 hours. And when eventually I turned on my internet at 8 p.m., 8 a.m., I was having an invitation to join them. So I jumped into the global earth meditation with elders from all over the world, like chiefs of the Lakota family, the Unify team, and the grandmothers, and amazing people that have been carried, uh, caring for Earth and caretaking for Earth for such a long time, creating this big vortex. And we were sharing, for those of you who are watching, that there's this 444 portal that has opened on the 4th of April, because then was 444, 4 of the 4th of the month of 2020, which is 2 it equals 4. So the 444 was then, and the 444 was yesterday with the 22nd 224 2020 2020. So the two portals of 444 have created an arc that has brought so much evolutionary energy on the planet, so much power, so much prayers have been said. And if you haven't seen them, just watch on the Unify page or on my page. And there's so much help that we're receiving now because of the prayers. Before, I'm also connected very strongly with beings of light and beings on ships all over the place. And we actually even now ask that only the beings of the purest light and love can be present energetically and telepathically with us now. I'm connected to them, and I was seeing that we're very, very helped. And I was seeing that they're trying to support us even more, but people weren't asking for it. People were focused on different things like the shopping and the Netflix and the babies and the careers and the offices and the bling bling and the kaching and all that, what people generally focus on. And humanity was going down the drain. The planet was having serious trouble with pollution and everything else. The species were dying, but we were busy doing something else. We were busy doing more of that, actually. And all of a sudden, all of us stopped. Like we were put on hold. Well, not me, but, and some others are also working. But we were put on hold and made to rest for a little. And what happens now is that by us being put on hold, we're looking deeper into what we really need and what we really want. And there was some desperation on the planet as well, with people losing relatives and dear ones. And what happened as an end result, which was positive eventually, is that people started praying, but like really praying, like not superficially, not on the edge of another thing that they were doing in parallel, but really deep into prayer and into asking that they're getting help, because they're seeing eventually that this is not something to play with, and that we've reached a limit of unconsciousness that we cannot go beyond, basically. So due to this prayer that was collective and sustained for so many weeks now, like people praying individually in their houses because of being scared, but also people praying globally. Like we had 2 global meditations already with thousands of people this month. Like thousands of people, millions, not thousands, sorry, have prayed for peace this month during the past 2 weeks. Like imagine the power of this. Like the light beings are having a party as we speak, because these guys on this planet have finally asked for help, are finally in the receiving mode, and are finally into the position, the right attitude to receiving more energy, to receiving more support, to evolving into a new consciousness, to rise up and stand up and evolve into the next step of this era of civilization, which is happening right now. And due to that, of course, we are getting this help. Like nothing can stop this help now, because it's here and we asked for it and we're receiving it and we're open. And suffering sometimes humbles us, and it helps us really get into the receiving mode if nothing else did. Does this make sense to anyone? I've jumped from the joy to the receiving because it's the natural step after joy. And so this is what's happening, that now we're receiving more energy, now we're receiving more prana, now we're receiving the help of the light beings that were connecting to, and even those who aren't connecting to any light beings are going to get connected. Yes, because people saying are getting goosebumps. Yes, because I'm speaking from direct guidance, and I know that it is so. And it was necessary for us to open up to receive, because they were sitting there with their ships and with everything prepared for us to be meeting them, really. And it also in physical it's possible, but to at least meet them in spirit and meet them in a state of openness. And we were all too much down our asses, I might say, to notice that things weren't going so good, and that we need to ask for help, and we need to change our frame of how we look at the world and how we look at ourselves. And now that we finally prayed for help with millions and millions and millions of us, yes, we can receive it. And for those of you who aren't really familiar with what light beings are and what ships are and what I'm talking about in general, you can watch the movie of Dr. Steve Greer, which is called, one of them is called Unseen, I believe. The first one is Sirius like the planet. The second one was Unseen, I believe. And the third one is Prepare for Contact. But to not mistake about this, I'm going to just look it up and make sure that I give you the right information. Before that, like I said, for the new ones who joined, if you want to be with us in the meditation, that is towards the end of this gathering, because I'm preparing to end the live stream on Facebook. If you want to join the meditation and all the other 8 gatherings, just make sure you subscribe to this class. There's energy exchange. There's a link in the comments where you can join and or see all the details, and ask for us to send you the links of the other webinars and of this webinar that is streamed now, to be with us every day and to meditate and to receive the help that you've been asking for. And what I've noticed, and I was saying the other day to the people that were in my workshop until the end, you haven't got that part, is that many people now get a certain guidance from their soul to do a certain step for their evolution, like join a therapy, join a specific workshop, buy a certain thing, or change something in their lives, or doing this and that. But if it's something that involves financial exchange, they instantly get blocked. They instantly get blocked, and they don't take the next step. They say, oh no, I wouldn't do this move now because everybody is in crisis and we're in crisis and we're having this and that. So they get blocked on this, and they block the very source of abundance that is prana, that's meant to flow through them in every way, shape, or form, would make them evolve into the next step, including financially. So by blocking yourself and not assessing something that your soul guides you to do, you're blocking not only your evolution, but also the very abundance that is meant to come to you. And you're presenting yourself to the universe as being limited instead of limitless. And guess what? The universe is going to give more of what you present yourself to be. That's the law of manifestation. So I'm saying that because many people have wanted to join the weeks before and even now, and they're stopping themselves from doing so due to either financial aspects or programs or thought forms that are generally installed and in humanity right now. So it's not even yours; it's generally installed at the collective level, that is keeping people from doing anything at the moment. Like everything is freezed because of that. And to unfreeze it for yourselves and others, just move and move and move and move into the direction that your soul calls you into. And the days before, I was refraining myself from saying this. And people were saying, yeah, I would like to do this and that, but I don't think it's a good time now. And I don't think it's a good time now. And I would ask, oh, well, for financial reasons, given the situation at the global level. And I would ask, are you poor? No, but you know, it's a global situation. And I wouldn't go any further into saying more about this, because I felt, you know, I'm not one to, I should respect their free will. I should, you know, be in alignment with their decisions, whatever they are, good or bad for them. I couldn't know. And eventually I said to a client who has taken a full one-on-one process with me of 7 meetings, and was meaning to take the second one and was hesitating. I said to her what I saw. And I said to her, full honesty, uh, you know, I'm feeling that you're breaking the pranic flow, and I'm feeling that you have enough abundance to do even 5 more processes if you wanted. And I'm feeling that you're blocking yourself out of fear, and it's not even yours, it's a collective fear. And when she looked, and I'm not saying that for you to take another decision that you've already taken, but I'm saying that to make you aware of where you are. And she just looked at it and she said, yes, I was seeing that too. Thank you for at least saying it to me, and I really appreciated that you've said it to me in this way, this so straightforward. And she thanked me, and then I shared that, you know, these days I didn't say this to anyone, and I've noticed this in so many people. And she really encouraged me to say it to others. So that's why I'm now speaking to all of you about it, you know, because it's a time to unlock ourselves. Okay, there has been a lockdown on the planet. We've all enjoyed it to some degree, and we've been annoyed by it to some degree, and this and that. It's time to unlock, guys. So let's unlock together. Let's unlock first from our minds. Let's unlock our minds from thinking into the same direction that you've been made to think. Let's stop thinking about the crisis and start thinking of solutions and of the positive aspects of it. And let's unlock ourselves at the energy level as well. Let's move into the direction of the flow instead of sitting into the position of the block. Because if you sit there, you're going to get stuck. Like if you sit in water that is freezing, you're going to be frozen with it. Whereas if you start swimming quite fast, before it all freezes over, you're already out, and you can even break the ice if you want to. So are you ready to break the ice? That's the question. And it's the question for all. And it's not only into pranic nourishment, but it's in all aspects of our life. And breaking the ice is moving from the frequency of should and guardedness and frozen energy and blockage and keeping safe, moving everything of this into the direction of joy. So from being frozen to being joyful, it's time to unlock. It's time to open up and evolve. Instead of lockdown, it's time to open up and evolve, open up and rise, open up and thrive. And these words have the power to really create the reality that I'm referring to. And with that, I'm wishing you a beautiful evening, those of you who are on Facebook. I'm really loving to be with you each evening. Some evenings I might, some evenings I might not. Last evening I haven't done a live from this process. But if you want to be with us and meet every evening and share the meditation that we're doing right after, which is quite powerful, it's quite an energy bath that we're doing every evening, just join the link and be with us. I've been picking up my path in groups. I'm never bored, lol, getting some of those instructions again right this minute. Okay, thank you, Wade, for sharing this, and thank you everyone for your comments and the joy indicators that you've given us. Focus more on that, and your life is going to be much more in the flow and much more in abundance and much more in the pranic stage or status as you focus more on your joy. Big hugs, and text me if you want to join us fully, and blessings to you. And for the ones who are on YouTube, just stick with us, and as we continue, stick with us as we continue, because we're having more joy and more fun together. Let's see. Somebody wants to link to this. I'm going to send him in 1 second. Thank you for your comments on the YouTube. I'm going to just, so the group is not on WhatsApp yet. The group that I'm referring to is a group that is on Zoom, Elizabeth, and we're having the continuation of the workshop right now on Zoom. So to have the whole 8 meetings is a payment is involved, which is 333 euros, and you can do 1 payment or 2 payments of this total amount. And we're meeting every night and on Zoom. So that's where this gathering is continuing. I'm just going to take a second to send the link to someone, and that's requested to join us. Okay, so if you are to join us for the full class, Elizabeth, this is my WhatsApp in case you want to contact me there and tell me if it's okay with you what I just said. Just a second. And I'm gonna be with you in 1 second. With all of you. So yeah, good to have you here, everyone who has joined anew. Good to see the old ones who are already online. Thank you, Heather, for sending me a message on Facebook. I will read it as soon as possible, because now I'm trying to stay connected here. And be with the ones who are already online. So if there's anyone who has joined just now and hasn't been on the line, as my friends tell me, hasn't been on the line with us before, just know that the topic of tonight is what brings you joy. And I'm trying to see which light works better, because this white light is a little bit too much for me, but I'm still going to keep it on. There you go. You saw my palm also. I've sent you some prana. It's really happy to be with you guys, and I'm happy that you are here every evening and staying diligent on your path. And some others have shared that they cannot be with us online at this hour, so they're watching the recordings later, which is also good. And because of the time bandwidth as well, some people are joining at 3 a.m. their time, and it's not always possible for them to be with us. And I've been talking a lot, so I'm curious if you have any questions before I go any further. Let me know if you do. I see Elizabeth have asked, I have answered that. Learning is something that brings joy to Elizabeth. I don't know if she's still online. Let's see. So I'm looking forward. That's great. That's great, Heather. I just read your message. Looking forward for you to join me in that if you feel so. Do you have any questions before we go on? I feel to take a pause here. For those of you who have joined on the phone and are on a smartphone or iPhone joining this process, the comments are scrolling down below the screen that you're watching. This is the comment area, as far as I know. It should work. If it doesn't work, we're trying to take your comments on WhatsApp, but it's very difficult for me to focus on two things at the same time. Normally, all the comments work. If you scroll down below your screen, it's a comment area right, down at the end of the scrolling. And that's your area of asking questions and making comments. Do you have any comments so far or questions? Those of you who asked where the comment area is. Da, 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 da. What brings you joy? What brings you joy? So many people, like I was saying, are trying to struggle through their life into the pranic path and struggle towards being pranic. Struggle towards being pranic means doing several fasting or extended fasting and as much dry as possible, doing all sorts of penance. Like today, I'm going to be without my phone for quite a while, and or I'm going to be, and it's good to do a technology detox. It's good to do a food detox, and that's just just to know that you're in a detox phase when you're fasting, but you're not on in a pranic state. You're just fasting, you're detoxing your body, same way as you can after that detox your body for a while going on juices. And we've recommended that through this process, as much as you can, include more juices and less solid food into your life. At least for 8 days, do the exercise or the practice to take juices every day or blend your salad instead of chewing it and see how that goes. It's something that happens in your bodies when you're resting your digestive system. Instead of making your stomach break down into pieces your food every day, 3 times a day, you could give it a rest and just put everything into the blender. Like I was putting into my blender like crazy combinations, and I'm going to tell you a few of them just to inspire. So, for example, I would put sour cabbage juice as a base. I use it a lot for detox and for nourishment. It has a lot of vitamins. Vitamin C and vitamin B is the top vitamins of sauerkraut juice. And I really, really recommend that you start taking at least a cup per day, especially now that you can find it and you can buy it. There's websites where you can buy it online, and you can also in Romania go to the market, the the market where there's vegetables, not necessarily the supermarket, but the market where there's vegetables. They have 2-liter bottles of very good sauerkraut juice for €1.50, which is around 6 lei. It's not expensive, and you can drink it within a week or less, and it's so energizing and cleansing for the whole system. It's an amazing thing to go with. And either drink it alone, in a cup, or mix it with your veggies in a blender. It makes a very good meal. And so I would put sauerkraut juice as a base, and I would add everything that I have of green in my house, like spinach and lettuce and or rucola and parsley, and there's other two greens that I don't know their names, and some red pepper and some chili and some tomato and some cucumber and even pineapple, because it doesn't have to be vegetable only. And I mix that green plus veggie stuff into a drink that I would drink through the day. So half of it at around lunchtime, and half of it before going to bed maybe. And it's not a big quantity of leaves or fruit and veggies that you put in there, but it makes a lot of drink, it makes almost more than half a liter, almost a liter if you dilute it. And you can drink it throughout the day, and it tastes good also. You can add some nuts if you feel to, like pistachio or almonds into it. It's a lot of nutrients, a lot of vitamins, a lot of good stuff, plus the sauerkraut, a lot of detox elements into that washes through your system, but also a lot of nourishment. Because at the first stage of your pranic journey, you don't want to starve yourself into being pranic. You want to nourish yourself in a better, more qualitative way, so that you get your body used to a higher frequency. And the first thing is the higher frequency of your food. In the meantime, while you're drinking your meals instead of eating them, and you'll see that with the drinks, you'll be actually eating less. While you do that, and you get rid of the concept that you have to be hungry when you're drinking instead of eating, because you have to remind yourself that you've put in a blender the same very things that you would eat. You're just diluting them, but it doesn't mean you're eating less than you would have put in a salad. It's the same salad, it's just changed shape. The same way as ice, if it's ice or if it becomes water, is still the same thing. The essence of it is still the same. The same thing, the salad, if it becomes blended, it's still the same amount of nutrients, and you shouldn't starve at all. But it's been taking another shape, and it's easier for your body to encompass it and for your digestion. So blend your salad, first step, or fruits even. Instead of chewing and eating the whole apple, or pineapple or whatever you've chosen, maybe you could put half of it in the blender with water and with some spice, like cinnamon I add to the apple juice, and you boost up your system with some nice taste. But you don't need to chew and swallow the whole thing, and you take less than you would have if it's in a drink form, because there's water with it that fills your tummy and makes you feel satiated as well. Most of the times, you'll notice that you do not eat for the need of um, nourishing yourself. You eat for the need of taste, and you eat for the need of feeling full. So if you want to feel full, okay, don't deprive yourself from it as long as you still need it, because that's what coming from a place of joy means. You don't deprive yourself from it, but you are getting smart in your journey. And instead of, like I said, eating the whole salad or eating the whole apple or eating the whole whatever it is, watermelon, you put some of it in the blender, you dilute it with some liquid, and there you are. You've got your tummy filled, and you're still not overeating or over binging even. And you've got the taste component also, which is, you know, the enjoyment part that you were looking for. So let's type yes in the comments if that sounds like a good idea and that sounds like a doable thing. And if you could do it for at least a week to see how it is. Just check and see if it works. You don't have to believe me. You have to practice and see. That brings, I'm going to tell you, so much lightness into your life, so much ease into your life without decreasing the amount of nutrients. Actually, if you look at the food that you're normally eating, when you go out and buy maybe fried stuff or cooked stuff that has been sitting in a can for too long, or it's overcooked and has no nutrients in it, or you don't have the right combination of vitamins in the 3 meals that you make in a day, you would realize that by blending the components that I just described, the ingredients that I just described, or whatever combination of ingredients that makes up a salad for you, you would bring up much more vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in your life and detox your body at the same time, which is fabulous step to take. It's the essential step for you to be able to feel nourished. For you to feel nourished, first of all, your digestive system has to be healthy and okay. And it's been proven or noticed that on a pranic journey, the digestive system shifts the bacteria that it makes for digesting quite a few times. It has to make new type of bacteria for every type of diet that you're undertaking. So when you're going from vegetarian to vegan, it makes bacteria to digest vegan food. And when you're going from vegan to fruitarian, if you ever, or eat more fruits than vegan food or this and that, or raw food, where you're going on raw food, uncooked food, it makes another layer or a new layer of bacteria that is adapted to that type of diet. And when you take juices or just fruits, it makes another type. So with every shift, it has to shift its way of functioning. And that's why many people, when they're on a pranic journey, they start to get bloated with these shifts. So whenever they shift to a new thing, they started to get bloated again and have gas and discomfort, and whatever they eat doesn't work for them. And that's because the gut is constantly adapting to your new changes. So it's good to maybe stick with the path that you've taken, until you shift into a new one instead of going back and forth, because that confuses your system quite a lot. And it's also good, like I was saying in the days before, to support your digestive system a lot, because it needs help. Because for years and years and years, it has been taken food that was not so great. I know that many here are on this path, and I can say this without hesitation. It's been taken food that is not so great, maybe meat or animal-based products, or heavy food, and that is hard to digest, hard to process, have food that is containing chemicals and so on. And some of it is still stored in your digestive tract, actually. So for a non-vegan person that is still eating meat, the food might stay there for years even. Not the whole food, but some aspects of it is just stuck on your column. That's why a pranic journey must start, and I stress on must, even if it seems like but it must start with colonics, detox, and gut healing. Yeah, does this make sense to anyone? Is this doable? Colonics, detox, gut healing. That's the first step. Parasite cleansing. I've been talking about it in the first class or second class. Yeah, that's the first, that's the basic. And after that, or in between or in parallel with that, going on lighter and good quality food instead of just filling your stomach. So you see, I'm not saying about going on dry fast. Yes, it might help that you do some fasting as well. Of course, it's good. And of course, it's helpful, especially during your detox time. But mostly on a general level, for a long-term sustainable result, is to include in this first stage more liquid food, more blended stuff, and good quality stuff that is organic, that is raw, that is full of vitamins, so that you raise the vibration of your cells. If you're keep lowering your vibration with bad food, and you keep supporting the things that are craving for it, that is mostly your parasites in the body, it's not gonna move you into a pranic state like ever. Yes, so we've gotten back to your body, to the body and cleansing, but it's a big important part of this process. So step one was this. The step two is reassessing your emotions. With going into a lighter diet, you are much clearer into the emotional aspects as well. You can make connections between the foods that you take and the emotions that come up. You can get guided and link it to events in your life, in your childhood, in your adulthood. You are becoming more conscious of your emotional system. And as these things rise up, you have the opportunity to work with them, or at least acknowledge them. Like, yes, I'm eating pizza because that was the time when I would meet my family and be happy with them. or I'm eating apples because it's something that my girlfriend has given me when we met for the first time, or I'm craving cherries because my grandfather had a cherry under his house and this and that. So people get these memories and they're more aware of what caused them joy, of what caused them beautiful emotions, and what they need to go back to, which is amazing, to be able to make connections between food and your emotions, and to reassess your emotional system and be more aware of how you actually function. And with that, food can help, or not the food itself, but being conscious about it. Because like I said, most of the eating is either habitual or emotional, and it's not, the point is not to stop it. The point is to be aware of it. And instead of forcing yourself to stop that habit, or that, um, you know, the eating that you do connected to a certain event, rather go and heal the part that makes you crave. Go and heal the aspect that makes you uh, still think of it. And until you've healed it, just enjoy the stuff that you're enjoying. And it gives you more and more opportunity to focus on that. Don't binge into it, but just enjoy it if it brings you joy. And for me, I've been doing that, and it's been working. And it everything that I'm craving for, that I've been craving for now, not so much craving, but the things that I've been wanting to taste before, and they wouldn't let me. I was just, they wouldn't let me go. I mean, I was just returning to them, were showing me important aspects of my emotional life that, as I worked and healed, has taken me into a much more open, much more evolved step into my whole system. So if I would have blocked that thing and chosen not to taste that stuff, I wouldn't have gotten maybe with that specific emotion that has opened me into, healing something deep. So for me, it has functioned. I'm not saying that you should indulge into it, but to consciously work with it. And I'm giving you another example of somebody that is very dear to me. Her name is Galina El. She's been on Prana since 2003 or 2009, as I remember. She's now 70 years old, and she's not taking any food or juices. She's just having water for many, many years. Her consciousness is through the roof, and she has shared about her pranic journey, saying that she has gone without food for many months, about 7 months, and she was okay with it, and she was very happy with that state. And at some point, she started to crave something that in Russia, her country, they call them, well, I don't remember the name now, karchoshka, yes, which was a mixture of flour, white flour, and potatoes, some dumplings, you would call them, or small cookies that her mother would make for her when she was a child. And she started craving that. After 7 months of not needing anything, she started to really, really, really want to eat that. And she's imposed on herself to not do it, and she's has fought to her with herself, and she was reasoning, trying to make it logical that she doesn't need anything, and that she's discovered that she's autonomous in this and that. And yet spirit would say to her, no, take that and eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. So eventually, as she was having no food in her house, she did something that would be as near as this um, food, as near to the food as possible. So she did some mixture of flour with salt and with potato or whatever she was having, that was tasting not even near to the thing that she would eat in her childhood. But to her, she just created in physical the energy that she was feeling that she needed to taste. But after many, many weeks of resisting it, And as soon as she tasted that thing, she was able to release from the depth of her being a very profound emotion of missing her mother who has just died. And through that embodiment of that energy that she was connecting the, to her childhood and to her mother, she was able to heal. Not the food itself has healed her, but connecting to that moment and diving into that consciously was able to heal that wound of missing her mother. And from then, she was able to connect to her in spirit. Whilst before, she was just missing her as if she were gone and irreversible, to be met again. So, as we see, these things can go very deep, and just avoiding to dive into something or censoring yourself, or being into this masculine discipline mentality sometimes can stop you from diving deeper into something that needs to be assessed, acknowledged, and healed. So again, going back to the, and I hope you resonate with this. This is, am I speaking for someone in particular? Because tonight I wasn't meaning to talk about food and cravings at all, but it seems that tonight it was necessary for me to point that out. So just type yes in the comments if you resonate. Let me know that I'm not rambling. And who wants to go on Zoom? Somebody wants to go on Zoom to be able to comment, maybe? Or are you okay with YouTube? Because I've chosen YouTube as it's much easier for me to focus on it. We're not having a lot of continuation in this workshop. It's something that I felt called to share tonight about the importance of following your joy in whatever direction. So even when you would feel joyful by taking an ice cream. Yes, thank you, Santa. Um, you were the one with the Zoom. Now I see. Though for me, at this moment, I'm feeling to not go on Zoom for some reason, because I'm going in meditation and then I'm ending the whole streaming of tonight. And it's much easier for us to focus when we're not looking at each other and we're looking at the inside light that we all have during the meditation. So I'm staying with YouTube for the moment. And what I invite you to do is, in this meditation, focus more and more and more about on what brings you joy. And I'm going to help you with that. So let's imagine, all of us, that we have a light column from the center of the universe to the center of the earth. A column of light that is surrounding us and filling us with love with every breath. So each time we breathe, we receive more light from this light column into our bodies, into our cells, into our auric field. It washes through our whole system, fills us fully with light. And as we breathe, we breathe in more light with the inhale, and with the exhale, we release everything that we're ready to release, all the worries, tensions, concerns, everything that doesn't serve us, everything that is not beneficial for us, everything that's not for our highest good. We just release, 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 release. And as you breathe in, you fill yourself more with light again. More light into your body. And on the exhale, you release again, or just allow from your auric field and from your body to be dissolved all the worries, tensions, concerns, everything that doesn't serve you. Deep breath in. Feel your soles of the feet relaxing. Feel the ankles, the calves, the knees, the thighs, your hips, lower back, upper back, fully surrounded in light, chest surrounded in light. Shoulder blades, neck, face, arm, fully, your arms also, include them. Fully surrounded in light, fully relaxing. Your face is relaxing, your head, the top of your head also. And centering in your hearts, you feel that you're breathing through your hearts now. You're feeling your heart chakra opening up more and more. And you're breathing through your hearts. And as you're breathing through your hearts, you're feeling your heart expanding, your heart chakra going bigger and bigger with every breath. Fully centered in your heart. You feel that you have a connection cable from the center of your universe going deeper into your heart. It goes through the top of your head, through the center of your head, through the center of your neck, and down into your heart chakra, opening up and uplifting. Your heart chakra that expands more and more. Big deep breath in. As you breathe in, you draw more light, more love from your heart chakra, from the heart of the central sun into your heart. And with a deep breath out, you exhale this light into the cells, into the organs, into the auric field, and out into the universe. Feel your heart that is becoming a portal for this light to be brought into the world. And through the pores of your skin and with your openness, it flows more and more into the world as it flows into your cells, into your organs, into all your physical systems, then into your auric field and out into the universe. You allow this light from the heart of the central sun to flow down through your body and auric field into the world. You become a transceiver for this energy. A being of the sun, and from the heart it goes down towards the lower chakras and down into your feet. And with the feet, it connects towards the center of the earth. And it connects to the hearts of Gaia. You see that you're building roots that are flowing down through the earth chakra down into the heart of Gaia, and you're connecting to the heart of Gaia, and you're drawing or receiving the energy from there up into your roots, up into the soles of the feet, the ankles, the calves, the knees, the thighs, up into your perineum, all the way up to the base of your spine, all the way up to your heart chakra, fills the whole body, all the way up to the neck, and all the way up to the top of your head. You're fully filled with this energy that comes from the center of the earth. Every pore in your body opens up to receive this gentle energy of Gaia that is filling you, balancing you, helping you to align to the elements of the planet you're in, to be fully connected to the heart of Gaia. And as your body is full, it springs out through the top of your head, surrounding your whole system into this toroidal spherical shape that flows around your system. That creates a biofield around you. That fills your whole auric field with light, but also with this magnetic field of Earth that is creating this structure that keeps out all the radiations, the pollution, the Wi-Fi, everything that doesn't serve you, the thought forms even. All that's not beneficial for you, and it only allows in the energy of that which is good for you, beneficial for you, to flow into your field. And being into this column of light from the center of the universe and into this sphere of light that comes from the center of the earth, you are receiving more and more energy into your heart. And from your heart now, you're starting to feel gratitude for one thing that was really, really, really good in your life. Just remember the feeling of it. What was good about it? What brought you joy about it? A joyful moment, right? You're starting to feel gratitude for a joyful moment in your life, and you're starting to feel into it. Remember maybe the details of it. What made you feel joyful then? How did it feel on your skin even? How did you feel into your heart? How did it feel? How did your mind and emotion feel with that event? What was happening around you? What were the smells, the temperature, the tastes that you were feeling? How was the light around you? Was it day or night? Feel the details of it. And most of all, feel how you felt. How was this joy feeling on you? Then pick another moment that brought you joy into your life and focus on it. And feel what it felt to be in that moment and what really was happening in that moment with you. How did your heart feel? How did your body feel? How were your emotions? What was your mind looking at? What was happening around you, what you were sensing, smelling, tasting. What was the temperature on your skin? Was it hot or cold, day or night? Feel all that. What was the smell in the air? And another joyful moment, the third one that you can focus on. And feel the gratitude of having those moments. And how did you feel in those moments? What was bringing you joy in those moments? How is your heart? What did your body do? Did it relax? Did you feel expanded? Notice all these aspects and give thanks for these moments of joy also. And this is your joy barometer. This is how you feel when you feel joy. This is what brings you joy, or has brought you joy at that moment. And just ask for the universe to bring you more joyful moments of whatever quality or texture they might be, because it might be something new and different than what you've already experienced, but the very feeling is what matters. So going back now into your bodies, fully present in the toes and soles of the feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs. You're fully present in the hips, fully present in your lower back, upper back, chest. You're fully present in your arms. You're fully inhabiting your body back again, fully present in your body, in your neck, shoulder blades, shoulders, fully present in your face, in your eyeballs. You're fully present in your body to the top of your head. You're fully present here now, and you're back into the room. And as you might be still having goosebumps or this feeling from having felt joy just now, we invite you to sleep over with this joy. And in the comments, we've posted a link to the Pranic meditation in case you want more of that into your life. And those of you who aren't in the process, you might want to look at the link above in the comments where it says Pranic Process Online, and go on that and join us. Write me a message if you've decided to join. This is something that I won't be repeating very soon because it's already the second one of this brief amount of time. So I think it's the last one for now. And you can watch the recordings if you cannot join us all the time at the same hour. We might also change the hour according to the Pranic Festival events that we're having. And for those of you who have already subscribed, see you tomorrow, Friday at 8 p.m. And on Saturday, we might have a modification of the hour. So don't book your schedule for Saturday just yet. I'll get back to you as soon as the session of the Pranic Festival is confirmed for Saturday. And sending you all big hugs of love and much love, and see you soon. Thank you for being with us.